I started collecting sneakers 15 years ago, and it's crazy to think that some of the colorways that dropped back in the day, they're actually dropping again. And that always brings a lot of different statements from some people saying, Jordan Brand's running out of ideas, and others saying,
I'm glad they brought the shoe back.
So in today's video, we're gonna be going over a list of retros that came out again this year in 2021 that I think all the sneakerheads that have been collecting for 10 plus years highly appreciated, but for some reason the rest of the world just didn't really care. And also with that, there's a lot of other factors as well when it comes to the sneakerhead market now and what they like to buy and everything like that compared to collectors back in the day. So hopefully as I go through this list, I'll be able to cover a bunch of different aspects and perspectives as I reminisce on each and every one of these shoes that I picked up this year for my collection. And if you guys didn't know by now, my name is DJ and this is the DNA Show. So starting with sneaker number one, this is going to be a very blunt and obvious one because I feel like it was a layup for a lot of people. Some people still didn't get the shoe, but I know it was just kind of like an expectation type thing, and that is the cool gray Air Jordan 11. One of the reasons why I feel like this shoe was unappreciated simply because we get an Air Jordan 11 every single year, and I did want to put this on the list, but it kind of didn't make the list. I understand both sides from this one, but I had to mention it just because we had the original version, and then back in 2010 we saw the retro, and I remember everybody going crazy over the 2010 version compared to the mediocre hype now when it comes to the 2021 version. So let me know how you feel about this shoe, and if you were actually able to purchase the OG back in the day in the early 2000s or the first retro in 2010. Next up is a retro from 2007 that I remember everybody used to go crazy over. You had to have this shoe. The quality, the materials, everybody just loved it. It looked super dope with a bunch of different outfits, and that was the cool gray Air Jordan 3. Back in that time, you had to pay some extra money to be able to get this shoe. Now you see the shoe drop and it comes out to the public. It goes underneath the radar, didn't even sell out, sitting on shelves, able to buy it for retail. And I'm not saying that's a problem at all, but it just kind of shows you the perspective of everybody wanted it. It was easily selling out back then, and now it's just like another sneaker in the rotation. Some people care about it, other people don't. I remember vividly back then there were definitely collaborations, but nowhere near as many collaborations as there are in the current time, and a lot of the brands are built around collaborations these days. So when it comes to these sneakers that we're going over on the list, they're gonna easily fly underneath the radar now, because back then that was the hot stuff, and now it's just like another pair of shoes. And I know another thing about this one in particular, some people had problems when it came to the quality, and they did and didn't like it and everything like that, so I do get that aspect as well. But overall, I know me initially when I first heard that this shoe was coming out, I was extremely excited, thought the shoe was gonna sell out. Then I was able to pick up a few pairs with no problem, and I actually used to have multiple pairs back in the day as well. I used to rock this shoe all the time. I love the cool gray 3s, and my pairs just tore up, they fell apart, started paint chipping, you name it, obviously from age and everything like that. So to be able to refresh and reset and get another fresh pair in the collection, I'm definitely a happy camper. Next up on the list, we have a 2006 release, and that is the Flint Air Jordan 7. This one, again, same situation. Everybody loved the quality, and honestly, this one's cool and all, but the OG is way better than this one, in my opinion. That's just how I feel when it comes to the quality and everything like that. Same situation on that shoe. I used to own a couple pairs, used to rock them all the time. As time goes on, they start to age and everything like that. So when I heard these were gonna be coming out, again, I was excited. I thought they were gonna be kind of hard to get because I thought everybody was gonna have the same nostalgic memories as me, but apparently not. So I easily copped these for retail after they came out, and there was no problem. They were sitting on shelves, sitting on websites. So that was definitely a plus for me to know that I was able to pick these up for retail with no problem. And honestly, these might be selling for under retail at this point, and I still don't care. I'm just happy I got the shoe back because there were so many nostalgic memories for me wearing these back in high school. Now next up on the list is a sneaker that I thought was going to be reselling for like $450 or $500 immediately when it dropped, and they honestly didn't go for much over retail when they dropped, and that is the Carmine Air Jordan 6. And the reason why I say that is this pair has the Nike Air on the back. We haven't seen this since the OG, and for those that know, this is something that is very rare when it comes to an OG nostalgic colorway like this, saying that we've seen a retro in 2008 and a retro in 2014. But either way, I was extremely excited, and again, I thought people were gonna go crazy and this shoe was gonna be selling for a bunch of money, because I'm telling you, back in the day, yeah, this was a hitter. And again, like relative to price, let me give you guys a quick perspective real quick. If you bought a pair of shoes, honestly, people didn't even really buy a pair of shoes for $1,000. If you bought a $1,000 shoe back then, that's like buying like a $10,000 shoe now. So when people were going to spend $350 or $450 on a pair of shoes, that was like copping a grail. Now that's like essentially saying like, oh, I'm gonna buy a pair of Union 1s and I'm gonna spend 2 or 3 racks on that shoe. So that kind of gives you a perspective on the time and and the pricing and inflation and everything like that, and the overall hype and money that's in the shoe game right now. Because trust me, if I would have known what the prices were gonna be today, oh yeah, I would have copped way more kicks back then. Next up on the list is a sneaker that I expected to go crazy, absolutely berserk. Like, I was just thinking like, this is gonna be $1,000 shoe with ease right when it drops. Like, people are gonna be going nuts. And yeah, none of that really happened. The Lightning Air Jordan 4. I think they did a great job. They brought back the OG style and OG cut like they have been doing recently on the retros, like you see with the Black Cat 4s and other retros like that. So I understand these are definitely shaped differently than the 2006 version, but the retros in 2006 when it comes to 4s like the Mars, the Military, the Lightnings, the Thunders, a bunch of different stuff like that, that had its own style and own cut for that era and that generation. So I see the difference between those two, but at the same time, I feel like a lot more people like this style and this cut more than the OG style, which made me wonder, why is this shoe not really going for much over retail? I think these literally are like 300 or 350 bucks. Yes, I guess that's a lot to some people, but if you think about how much the original Lightning 4 was going for over the years, in my mind, I think like, bro, that's crazy. Like, I definitely need to get multiples. And it's actually wild because I got 3 pairs for retail when they dropped and I didn't have any problem grabbing them, but I think it was just a little bit too easy to get and there were too many pairs on the market when people originally thought that it was going to be a very limited release, and they made it more of a broader release for the public. And honestly, I'm happy about that because this is a shoe that people weren't able to get or weren't collecting back in that time, and now they're able to purchase a shoe for an affordable price. It's not all about resale, it's not about all those things. It's just kind of shocking to me based on the resale values and the demand and the hype and what everybody cares about now compared to then. I feel like the numbers are the easiest way to kind of give you guys a perspective on just the overall value, because that's how people value sneakers, right? I know it's not supposed to always be about that, but if you look at the broad and the mass group of everybody and the majority of the sneakerheads, that's what they care about the most. And for people like me and you, I know it's more of a sentimental value thing, memories, nostalgia, you know, stuff you didn't have before, all those different type of things. So yes, I completely understand both sides, and hopefully I can portray both perspectives throughout this video. Now, last but not least, for 2021, this retro right here, bro, I'm just still tripping because as I pulled these out the box earlier to make this video, I'm like, bro, how is this possible? How? People are sleeping. The Raging Bull Air Jordan 5. I remember camping out for these, skipping math class to go get the shoe, and now I'm just able to cop these for retail with no problem, get multiple pairs and sit them on ice and rock one in the rotation and all those other things. Just like the Lightning 4s, this was the same situation for me on the Raging Bull 5s. I'm like, yo, I need multiples, I gotta have them, and I still got my OG pair and I'll still be rocking those. To have a fresh pair, to have a new pair on ice, is kind of cool. And again, if you guys want to see a full review with these and the other pair and the comparison and everything like that, make sure you go check that video out, because these are definitely shaped a little bit different than the OG, and the materials are slightly different in the color and everything. You guys get it. Just go check out the full review if you want to see that. And before we have people in the comment section talking about, you forgot the Oreo 5s or the Stealth 5s. The Stealth 5s did come out a long time ago, but the new version is not like the OG, so I don't even want to consider those. All the shoes that I mentioned in today's video, Jordan Brand made a conscious decision to make them just like the first retros or the second retros or the OGs or whatever you want to call them, because they all had different generations depending on the shoe. And for the Oreo 5s, yeah, those did come out a while ago, but that was like 2013. Like, that's still kind of like the newer era sneakerheads. Like the I don't know what generation. I gotta make a generational thing for sneakerheads and do like a full like calendar for y'all and show you guys, like, you know how we got like millennials, Gen Z, all that different stuff. There's like a generational sneakerhead thing. So stay tuned, because that's actually a good idea. We're gonna make a video about that topic as well. But yeah, anyways, those came out in 2013. I'm talking about stuff from 2010 in the past, like deeper in the past, stuff that's been, you know, 10 plus years that hasn't came out yet. So yeah, that's it. That's that. Yeah, I don't know. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in another one. All right, y'all, I'm out. Yo, if you enjoyed this video and want to grow your collection or make extra money on the side, I built a VIP mastermind that will teach you everything that I've learned about growing my sneaker collection over the past 15 years. This will also give you access to the DNA fam and my VIP community, where we talk about investing outside of sneakers. And don't worry, If you don't plan on joining the VIP community, it's okay. I also set up a private DNA fam community that gives you access to all the behind the scenes looks from the studio and multiple chances to win free sneakers and gear from weekly and monthly challenges. So all you need to do is click on the link down below in the description or the first link pinned in the comment section. That will get you set up and into the community. I'm excited to see you guys on the inside. Yo, if you made it to the end of this video, drop a comment down below and let me know which shoe you like more, the Raging Bull 5 or the Lightning 4. That's a tough one.